Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Good afternoon,
Yes,
ma'am.
hi. Yes. Reina, can you hear me? Tuto siya, Inay, or kamusta ang sound, ang audio ko? Inay? Okay lang, sige. Right, so, afternoon. I see that others are still trying to join. So let's just wait for them, like 2 minutes, so we can start our unit for discussion this afternoon. Okay, so yes, good afternoon again. No? Our topic this afternoon, and this is the last thing that we will be discussing before the midterms examination. So it's information assurance, protection, and recovery process. Just follow my slides, and we'll start discussing. Actually, this is quite long. If you have tried to go over your notes in a group, so right space, it's a 6 subtopics for today, but we're only discussing 3 of them. So just okay. So for today, we will have a six. This is actually the ones covered, no topics covered. From unit 1 to 6, it's monitoring, use methods, measurements and metrics, um, incident handling, computer forensics, business continuity management, and backup and restoration. But we're going to discuss only up until 3 subtopics here: incident handling, and then the next we will continue with um, computer forensics up to the backup and restoration. Right. So yeah, let's begin. Why is information assurance monitoring important? This is to eye on what's happening in the digital space, especially if our company or if we are actually totally engaging in the cyberspace. Okay, so yes, most of most of us will eventually, or in the future career, we will be engaging so much with digital space. So yes, monitoring is very important since it needs a survey to 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. So this is to ensure that the information assurance posture is not compromised or and that breaches to the systems are reported in a timely manner. Now, if you notice, in some big firms or in some big computer industries, IT industries, they have this surveillance or a department or a section in the company that monitors the system or the network 24 hours day and 7 days a week. So that gives you an opportunity later on to have a chance to work with that company if you are interested in graveyard shift. Now, effective monitoring of an environment requires being aware of its state by observing changes occurring over time. So this monitoring includes four specific stages. We first is to identify, identify and respond to security incidents quickly and effectively. Number two, it is to detect and prevent unauthorized access to systems and data. Number three, compliance with security policy and procedures. And last is to assess the effectiveness of security controls. We have so-called the type of monitoring tools and methods. First and foremost is your IDS, which we have this already in our OES, the intrusion detection system or the IDS. Ang iyan na Obrights function is to monitor network traffic and system logs, also to detect suspicious activity and generate alerts, log activity, or log events. So there are two types of IDS. We have the NIDS and the HIVS, host and for the network. Now for the host, the first line of defense against attackers for electronic information systems. It detects unauthorized access attempts on computers and generate alerts. Now, it sends its alerts through pager, emails, SMS, or takes corrective actions. While the network intrusion detection systems operates at the ISO network layer, which is the layer 2 of your OSI model and protects a wide range of targeted platforms. So it monitors network traffic and multiple hosts via host networks, which report mirroring capabilities, a hub for a network tap. Now, please take note of the difference of the HIDS and the NIDS. Right? So for HI, it um, only functions as the host. No? Sa host lang siya concerned. Okay? But with the network, of course, no, it concerns or covers the network, the whole network. Right? Next one. Now, these are the examples of the IDS or the intrusion detection system. Now, snort, all of this here um, have their function as the IS. Okay, so next is another tools is the yes, Raymond. Naka-full na mo siya. Okay, maybe it's something to do with my AirPods. Just give me can you please confirm if you can hear me? But okay, who do you have? Rainan? Mhm. Okay. Okay, so mo maybe sa ilalim, nag, so let's continue with the second type of the detection tools. We have the log management. Okay, with log management, okay, its work is to collect and store logs from various sources. So data is used to identify suspicious activity or um, troubleshoot problems. Next is your SIEM, the Security Information and Data Management, a software that uh, plays a vital role in log management. It imports the information from security systems log and correlates events, providing a standard view of log data. So it aids in identifying relationships among security events and generating useful summaries or reports actively. Um, honeypots here are set up to observe and understand hackers' strategies. Now later we will have a separate topic or separate discussion on honeypots and honeypots. So hacker strategies, behaviors, and tools. So any interaction with the honeypot is considered suspicious or potentially malicious, providing vulnerable insights and threats. Now honeypots here serves as a decoy. No? So when we say decoy, it serves as a what we call kumbaga to pinakatala nila ang attackers. Okay? So we honey pots, honey nets, honey nets. Later on will be discussed separately with this topic. Okay? Next is yeah, malware detection. So malware detection it is important to have this tool. So in it's crucial for maintaining a secure information privacy. So detection helps prevent potential damage and unauthorized access to the system. So there are three states here. We have the signature detection. With signature detection, it is one of the most widely used detection method. Now, it detects the patterns or signatures in a particular program that include hardware. Second is change detection. So this is a file that changes unexpectedly, maybe due to virus infection. So one of the advantages of change detection is that if a file has been infected, change can be detected. And the last one is the state detection. So with this kind of detection, it relies on an extra system that determines if a state change is anomalous. So this state changes includes ownership behavior by extension, anomaly detection is the ability to identify potential issues. Um, Another tool is that vulnerability scanners. First, it scans systems and networks for known vulnerabilities. Uh, Information used to prioritize remediation efforts. Also, they are categorized into host rules, attack base, data vulnerability, and distributed vulnerabilities. So, now with this, the host-based scanners. Scanners retrieve detailed information from operating systems and other managed services and application. With network-based scanners, it of course scrutinizes the network, looking for vulnerabilities. Those advanced network scanners also include databases determining information on unknown vulnerabilities. While database vulnerability scanners it examines authorization, authentication, and integrity of database, while the distributed network scanners here analyzes or distributed networks in a large organizations spanning geographic locations. It consists of remote scanning agents. Next tools is the penetration testing. So it emulates, with this kind of tool, it emulates hacker strategies, examining applications to understand its network structure. So both external and internal tests are crucial for pinpointing potential vulnerability and attacks. Next is right. So those are the tools. Now. While external penetration, the penetration testing includes here three kinds of penetration. We have external, the internal, and the wireless penetration. So uh, for external, it attempts to break into an organization's network, while the internal penetration test within the identify vulnerable resources within an organization's network or assist the systems administrator in addressing the vulnerability. While the wireless application test, it helps organizations understand the overall infrastructure to the eyes of the attacker. So wireless application evaluates how vulnerable a network is to wireless attackers. So let's go to physical controls and personnel monitoring. Of course, we have taken this up already. When we say physical controls, it means um, facilities. I'm sorry, the premises, right? So that's the reason why we have IDs, we have um, sa mga people's mga logs, no? May mga barcode, whatever. While the personal monitoring detection and prevention, detect and prevent potential insider threats or unauthorized activities. With common detective physical controls, we have cameras, surveillance, we have motion detectors, we have sensors and alarms. With this physical, so with motion detectors, it's used to detect, and it is an unmanned computing facilities. They provide an alert in the event of intrusion. So with sensors and alarms are used to inspect the environment to verify that air, water, and temperature parameters stays within certain operating range. So while smoke and fire detectors can detect, of course, the smoke and fire, please strategically and testing should be conducted on a regular basis to ensure that detectors are in good working order. Okay, so let's move on to measurements and metrics. Now, what is the difference between the measurements and the metrics? So here, uh, do you know what your height is? So can you identify if it's either it's a measurement or the metrics? And one is your height a measurement or a metrics? One is your height or weight considered to be a matrix or a measurement. Hi, class. Napamangkot ako. Lapit magkasabat. Ikaw. Yeah, it's a measurement. So according to some of you who are here physically with me, height is a measurement. So let's see if it's right. So measurements is a specific data. So it is a points, specific data points consist of a raw data. So now, if you're 5'10", that is really 5'10", no? A raw data. While the metrics is here, is the interpretation of the data collected with the measurement process. Okay, so again, measurement is a specific data points consist of a raw data, while the metrics here is the interpretation of the data collected through the measurement process. Right? Moving on. Importance of the information assurance measure. Okay, so it makes an organization able to establish the effectiveness of its information assurance control and process. So let's see. So sa measurement process, we have five. No, we have five to remember. It develops a measure to develop a measurement. Number two, to collect data. Number three, analyze the report. Analyze and report. Number four is integrate measurement output. And number five, measurement process and next, the importance of metrics. First, it allows an organization to monitor the status and measure metrics, such as it provides an organization with both operational and financial benefits. So, for metrics, we only have two uh, to take note of these five uh, steps. Data collection preparation. We have data collection analysis, corrective action identification, business case development, and last is corrective action for application. This is for metrics data, or this is for information assurance metrics process. So um, now, in addition to the measurement process, the one that we have variable process. Okay. With this, so planning stage. So a using well-planned data collection procedures is the difference between the successful and unsuccessful foundation assurance measurements. Data collection should be designed for establishing baselines followed by the continuous monitoring. Now, what will happen? Ano matabo kung sa pag-collect ka lang sa data sa lab na? Can we report sa correct na report kung sa pag-gather pa lang sa data produce sa lab? Yes, sir. Will happen to those data or to the report if the data collected is not wrong. It will happen. Next one. Yes, maging accurate ang report. Mismo ang report mo sa laman, no? If from the very beginning, um, wrong data na, or inaccurate data, or data with no integrity ang napunta. Okay? So, yes, thank you so much for those who are participating related. This will be the sub. Okay, so for the last topic this afternoon, we have the incident handling. Okay, so how do we handle incident handling? So incident handling is very important. It is the first step in an actual recovery process. So the activity is undertaken by the organization to manage the consequences of a breach to minimize both tangible and intangible damage. Okay? So it is part of the information assurance, but it is a reactive control. So defining itself as information security incident handling for security incident handling. Some sample items we would include in a research together for a local survey loss data. Um, here, evidence management, criminal investigation, civil investigation, administrative investigation, response to security incidents, e-discovery, this is discovery, discovery, intellectual property. So what is really the importance of incident handling? So can disable incidents can disable organization if not handled well. So if the test results identified the proper systems, prevent further damage, or administer digital events. Another one is a positive impact IT personnel. It enables the identification of weaknesses, precautions, and skills development. Also, data collected during the incident handling impact risk analysis. No? So, after gather some data on what happened, what are the causes. So this will be, of course, no, the precedence or the the basis kung mag-develop ka sa risk analysis or you can develop the risk mitigation plan. No, ano ba tabuan ang kailangan ng solution? So, ano dapat i-prepare? So, next is it allows analysis of hackers, attack patterns, and prepares reward as information. So, so incident handling test and organizations, communication, and teamwork capabilities. So, these are the importance of incident handling. So, next is incident reporting. Um, it revolves around two words, incident and event. So what is the difference between the two terms? Incident, actions that result in damage and form substantial uh, threats to the information system. So, except for incidents of caused by unforeseen natural disasters, IoT incidents can be largely avoided by while the event is a large or small abnormalities detected in the network system. An event has occurred when there is always evidence and we wouldn't be concerned. So the event can be a strange message, flash on the screen, or even the sound. Okay. So um, yeah, both of these terms here, even if it is how small it is still worth rewarding. Kung may ara lang ka nakita na unusual, no? Tabo sa inyong network, you have to report it right away. So, we could detect either attackers or intrusion, no, that would enter the network and it would affect the whole IT industry. Right? So it will be your responsibility as a future IT engineers or future network administrators. So this is very important to know the incident reporting or incident handling. Okay, next here, incident reporting. So yeah, we have identified already the event and the incident. Now moving on. Uh, an organizational incident reporting procedure should encompass the following: the mechanism for publishing the identified disciplinary process for those who commit an information security breach or they willingly refuse to report a breach. Um, Also, relevant instructions such as the need to record incident properly and the mechanism for reporting and recording information security incidents. Okay, so um, there are incidents or events where your friend, of course, no, increase. For example, in your department, MIS, Information Systems. For example, you will be the one assigned as an administrator. Kung ang nakakulit sa uh, incident is your friend, and then uh, of course, no, for basically, God, ideally, you have to report it, right? You have to make a report whether friend ka mo or hindi. Whether pakadahay ka mo hindi. You have to make a report that there was an incident that your friend has committed, although your friendship will be uh, jeopardized, right? So, that's why, no? Kung ara sa workplace, it should be work, hindi nyo pag personal life. Because sometimes there will be friendship over na matabok because of this standard procedures. Okay? Next, incident handling process. So this here shows the incident handling process, starting off with, of course, incident handling centers on preparation. This is where the handling process starts. It's where you identify the incident. You have to prepare, of course, all the evidences. You have to prepare all the data that is being collected. Now, if the organization is not prepared, the process fails. It requires flexibility to manage the processes, the procedures, and company affairs. So flexibility allows the organization to react to different attacks and environments. So this process includes identification, containment, eradication, recovery, and the review. Okay. With process or with preparation and planning are essential to address any incident effectively. Preparation also includes the defined incident handling policy, establishing the logging standards and warning banners, setting up the infrastructure and the resources, installing the necessary data control, and documenting procedures and baseline. While the second phase here, detection or identification, um, immediately and correct actions after identifying an event or incident. It should be included also in the report that after identifying, you have detect something or it requires an immediate correction of action. Okay, so the team assesses the evidence in detail since a single event may be part of an attack chain or lead to litigation. The third process is containment. Now, containment is an immediate act. The organization incident response plan should focus on mitigating or stopping the damage, or there's a term there, the damage control. Okay, containment, or the other term is damage control. So, as the term implies, the objective of containment is to prevent the incident or situation from escalating or from spreading. Okay, so where possible, an event should not be allowed to become an incident. Okay, next here, the eradication phase includes identification and elimination of vulnerabilities that have been exploited. So ideally, the incident handling phase should isolate a system or a network to determine the attack, how that again, and appropriate and if appropriate, initiate forensic analysis. Now, as part of eradication, ensure there is no persistent malware or vulnerability that reappears after the incident handling team repeats. Okay, so eradication. After containment, it's eradication. Okay. Next is recovery. So with recovery phase, it brings a system back into operation. System should be recovered from low or good backups and baseline configuration. These documents, configuration and procedures should be part of the organization's business continuity plan. And for the last, we have the review. The last phase is um, to prepare a follow-up report to organize a review. So after the incident handling team should call a meeting for, of course, no, for the concerned people that just to check on uh, how to share and learn from the experience. The team should present the report and recommend the management additional countermeasure to prevent recurrence. Okay, so those are the incident handling process. That's for subtopic three. Okay, so next week I'll just keep this short because I know that you cannot focus naman and you're very sleepy. You're not very active in listening sa online class. So I'll just give you three subtopics this afternoon and then um, for Wednesday we'll have another three. That's the preparation for our midterm examinations. Okay. So far, are there any questions? Wala man. Right, so let me share with you first your attendance this afternoon. Now that is also the reason why when you are planning for network architecture or network topology, some actually is having a redundant architecture for topology because of course with this incident handling process sometimes. So, if you can notice, there is a portion here, a part here where there is an eradication method. So sometimes if your architecture or network topology is it's only good for like when you remove one workplace or workstation, the whole operation will be a part or a stop on operation. So it is recommended that if the company has enough resources or this is a cost beneficial strategy no, to have a redundant network connection. So if an incident happened, a workplace or a workstation will be removed and isolated, then there will be no um, hampering of the operations. Okay, so of course, not every minute counts when we say digital transactions, digital mga marketing, kada second that means jump. So yeah, that would be the process for incident handling. That would be the part of the incident handling. So if you have already filled up the yes file,
Ano, access denied, ma'am, ang J-forms.
okay, wait lang. Access. Wait lang. Right, so please fill up the attendance, and if you don't have any questions, we may take a close. Bye.